This is the Taiwan Boomerang tier list. I will be basing it off of the speedrun viability and the casual viability. This is the tier list that we're working with today. These might be some really bad takes, but we'll just have to see. So yeah, let's just get into it. I guess we'll start with the bottom. We'll start with Zoomerang. The Zoomerang, honestly, not one of like the best boomerangs. Its main, I think the main thing that's best about it is insane length. I think it is one of the only boomerangs with essentially like triple length. So it's really good casually. It is also good in a speedrun setting. You can save time with it. It shipwrecks 100%, saves time in cheap percent, saves time in 100%. But I don't think it's definitely not S tier material, because the downside of it having really long range is that if you miss, the reset time is massive. So I'm really debating A or B here. That's all. I'm debating A or B. You know what? I'll keep it in A for now, but that can change. That can change. Aqua Ring. Okay, so this one might come off kind of surprising, but Aqua Ring is easy A or S tier. There is a reason for this. In a speedrun setting, you need Aqua Ring for ground swimming, which is a bulk of the run now. Almost every full level has ground swimming in it. So yeah, it's at least an A. Nah, it's an S ring. You technically can beat the game without the Aqua Ring, but it's very hard. So yeah, I guess I have to put this at S rank because insanely useful in a speedrun setting, and then it's completely needed casually. I mean, you basically can't beat the game casually without it. So easy S rank, don't even have to think about it. Which one's this one? Oh, Zappy Ring, duh. Okay, so Zappy Ring casually is another one of those boomerangs where you definitely need it casually to beat the game. You need this to beat the game casually. So it's an automatic B. However, in a speedrun setting, it's not really useful. It has one use, which is hitting the generator in 51 Thunder Eggs. And I guess cheat percent as well. But that's kind of it. Does it? Okay, so does it outweigh the Zoomerang? I guess is what I'm asking myself. It has the coolest hit animation in the game. Easily the coolest hit animation. But I don't know if that'll heavily tilt it upwards. I'm gonna leave this behind the Zoomerang right now. But it's probably gonna end up being in B tier, if I'm being honest. Actually, no, we'll put it in B for now. Next up, Megarang. Okay, so Megarang casually, really good. I think this is one of the two really busted casual boomerangs. In a speedrun setting, Megarang is useless. Completely useless in a speedrun setting. But it's a really fun weapon. It's really strong. Actually, that's a fucking lie. The Megarang is used twice in Liar Liar. So if you're doing 100 or max percent, you can bounce the Megarang off the spiders to activate the button behind the spider web in Liar Liar. And then if you have Megarang up to Sly, you can actually kill Sly quicker with the Megarang. Oh, do I put Megarang in S tier? Oh man, I don't know. Damn, this is a hard one. Is Megarang S tier? It's at least a high A. It's easily the highest A rank. Okay, so I'm gonna put it at really high A. However, it will probably change to S tier. This is not the final tier list, so this can definitely change. Multi-Ring. Okay, so the Multi-Ring is kind of bad. It's another one of those really fun casual boomerangs. However, outside of casual, completely useless. Actually useless. It's basically a for fun boomerang. I'm honestly gonna have to put this in C. The more I think about it, it's just a faster boomerang. Multi-Ring D. Honestly, that's kind of... I can't put it in D. It's a little too fun. It's a little too fun. I like that it's a machine gun, which makes it unstoppable versus frills, but every other enemy it doesn't work on. Oh, yeah, that's a good point as well. Low range. Yeah, Okay, easy C tier. Easy C tier. All right, Kaboomerang. Honestly, this probably... Okay, it's right under Megarang. So the thing about Kaboomerang is I think it's the best casual boomerang. That might be a bad take, but I think Kaboomerang is the best casual boomerang. It insta-kills every single enemy in the game. Really low cooldown, but really long range. Insta-kills every enemy. Easily the best casual boomerang, I think. Honestly, I think it's better casually than the Megarang. Because the Megarang can't one-shot every enemy. Can't one-shot the shield guys. Yeah, okay, so honestly, do I put it above the Infraring? It's definitely above the Infraring. Okay, you know what? I'm putting it above the Megarang. I'm gonna put it above the Megarang. It's just too strong. It has no speedrun viability. It has basically no speedrun viability at all. Oh my god, wait. You know what I just realized? We could probably use Kaboomerang to destroy multiple boats in shipwrecks. You know what? We're gonna... Okay. We're divulging from the tier list. If it can, it's gonna heavily influence where it gets placed. Because honestly, that's really insane for 100. This might put it in S tier if this works. So yeah, we're gonna quickly do this. You would need to go all the way back to get it after Black Stomp. Oh, you're right. Okay, you know what? I'm still gonna test it. Because even casually, that makes it even more busted. I think this is automatically the best A rank one though. Perfect. Okay. So, I've decided. Because of that, easily the highest A rank. Goodbye, Megarang. Honestly, bordering S tier. This is the gatekeeper of S tier right here. Next up, the Infraring. I fucking hate this boomerang. Very loud, very annoying. Casually, it is needed, but only on older versions. So a lot of utility casually. So I'm gonna put it above multi-rank because multi-rank doesn't have a lot of utility. But it's basically just useful for max percent. See, that's the thing, is it's only useful for learning max percent. It's definitely not as useful as this. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to put this... Use it all the time in casual. Yeah, you definitely need it casually. You know what? I'm gonna put it right under B, but not C tier. I think this highly outclasses the multi-ring. Honestly, okay, we're gonna put this in D for now. Next up, we got the Frosty Ring. Needed to beat the game. Automatically A tier. It is needed to beat the game in every category. Automatic A tier. Very useful in the speedrun setting. It one-shots boxes, which is useful. Good, has the standard range. Has multiple uses in a speedrun setting. I'm honestly, this is one of the hard ones. This is, okay, so its influence is so massive in a speedrun setting. It might go above the Kaboomerang. Honestly, is Infraring S tier? It has a lot of fun mechanics to it. Like, I remember as a kid trying to cheese levels with the Infraring. But I'm putting this S rank. This is S tier. Does it go above Aqua Ring? This is hard. Because at a technical level, we do need the Frosty Ring more than the Aqua Ring. Because theoretically, we can beat the game without the Aqua Ring. But we can't do it without the Infraring. Oh man, this is a hard one. This is a tie. This is a tie, in my opinion. I think they're tied. I really do. All right, one of everyone's favorite boomerangs, the Flamerang. Flamerang slaps. Another boomerang needed to beat the game casually and in a speedrun setting. It technically has the same range as every other boomerang. However, it does have an enlarged hitbox, which means it's automatically better than every normal boomerang. Okay, so there is one issue that I have with the Flamerang that is gonna put it under the Frosty Ring. There is one issue. It doesn't one-shot boxes. And I think that is a major issue. A pretty big downside in a speedrun setting. Like, if this one-shot boxes, I would only use it in 100%, hands down. I'm gonna have to put it under the Frosty Ring. People might disagree with this, but I think the Flamerang is worse than the Frosty Ring. I really do. I'm sorry, boys. I think that's the way it is. Next up, Boomerang. Boomerang, you can only get it after beating the game, instantly making it pretty bad. It's really good casually because it just annihilates enemies, but I guess it's needed to beat the game. But I think that's one of the only things going for it. I think I might use the Boomerang to gatekeep A tier. I think the Boomerang is underrated. Okay, Chrono Ring. You guys already know where this is going. Easily D tier. Shitty, absolutely terrible Boomerang. Chrono Ring, terrible. It has looks going for it. Honestly, the best looking Boomerang. However, completely useless. Cannot kill enemies. You can only get it after 100%ing the game, essentially. It's useless, man. It really is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to put it D tier. All right, so let's go through this. It's Chrono Ring, easy D. Multi-Ring only has fun factor. Only has fun factor going for it. But definitely more fun factor than the Chrono. Up here we got the Zappy, needed to beat the game. But that's kind of it. Infraring, extreme utility, but that's it. It only has a lot of utility. Do I put the Infraring above? No, I think the fact that Zappy is needed to beat the game honestly puts it up here. I'm thinking about putting the Zappy. I'm thinking about doing that. I might swap out the Zappy for the Mega. Oh, this is a hard, okay, you know what? We're sticking with that. We're sticking with this. Mega Ring, is the Mega Ring better than the Zoomerang? Zoomerang, I don't think is as fun casually. I think I'm knocking down the Zoomerang one. That might be controversial, but I don't know. I have a hard time putting the Zoomerang above. You know what? Okay, we're knocking this down too. It's going under the Zappy. Sorry guys, I had to do it. I had to do it. You can kill Crocs with any ring besides Frosty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Let's start going through A. So yeah, Kaboomerang. Best casual Boomerang. Dominates the game casually. Easily A. Now, the thing about the Boomerang is that it actually is pretty close to the Kaboomerang, just with a smaller radius, I'm sure. I think that's the only difference. It's a longer range Kaboomerang, not as big of an explosion radius, but it's also needed to beat the game. So it's easily above the Kaboomer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Flamerang, easy S. I think, yeah, these are both easy S. However, it just doesn't insta-kill boxes. It just doesn't insta-kill boxes, bro. Ugh. The Flamerang would almost be the top of S tier. But it's the fact that it doesn't insta-kill boxes, honestly. Freezerang also needed to beat the game, but actually one-shots boxes. The one downside to the Freezerang, though, is that it doesn't one-shot enemies, which kind of sucks casually, but that is completely irrelevant in a speedrun. It might be a tie. Okay, so I'm gonna say it. I think Flamerang and Freezerang are easily tied. I think it's tied. I think it's tied. No matter which way I cut it, I think they both balance each other out in some way. Whether it's in a speedrun setting or casually, I think they balance out. Aqua Ring, honestly, I think people won't agree with this, but I think the Aqua Ring is the best Boomerang. It's a tie, how dare you? How dare you make that pun? Yeah, Aqua Ring is easy S, man. It really is. I mean, you can't do ground swimming, which is arguably my most favorite thing to do in the game. It's needed casually. Cannot beat it casually. You can technically beat the game without it, but it is very, 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 very hard. Extremely hard. You can't do gate skip without it. You can't do any of the cool movement without it. It has a pretty big hitbox as well. I think the Aqua Ring has one of the biggest hitboxes. Yeah, dude, I think it's actually better. Is that a bad take? Ah, I don't know. I don't know. Is it the best Boomerang? All right. You know what? This is it, boys. I think that is it. I feel like this is a little bit disagreeable. Just a little bit. I think this is a disagreeable tier list. I think a lot of people would put the Freeze and the Flamerang above the Aqua Ring. I really think they would. I just think ground swimming's really fun. Is kind of why it sells me. Yeah. It is what it is. Anyways, I think that will be my final tier list. And I do kind of stand by that tier list pretty heavily. It's kind of speedrun biased, but hey, it is what it is.